Oh, hi. I'm Jen, and welcome to my vlog space. And this is Sean.
Well, hello.
He's going to be helping me out with this vlog today. It's a really busy season for me. Like, not only is it the start of the dance season and the start of a school year, I'm a teacher as my day job. It's also one of the busiest show seasons of the year. Like, I just had a show. I have probably the biggest show of the whole year coming up in just a couple days. And then the week after that, I have a huge show. And then the week after that, I have a huge show. Week after that, I have a not as huge, but still substantial show. And then the week after that, we have a show in Georgia. And then I finally get a break. So I'm really busy. So what I decided to do today for this vlog, I really wanted to put a vlog out today. I want to keep it light, keep it fun, keep it stress-free. So Sean's just going to be asking me, what is it called? 21 questions for dancers?
Yeah, it's 21 of the best 21 questions for dancers.
Wow, that's very redundant. But so just to keep it light and just fun, maybe you can learn a little bit about me and I can learn a little bit about you if you answer some of these questions yourself in the comments down below. But yeah, let's just have a little fun today. I could use a break. So, you ready?
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
You guys ready? So, I'm going to say the question number so that way when they answer it, they can put the number in the thing. So, question 1. When did you discover your passion for dancing?
Passion for dancing? I think I discovered it when I was 4. Because my mom told me that when she was in the hospital, she like broke her back or something. She's fine. But like this was when I was like 4. She slipped on the ice and broke her back and we had to take her to the hospital and I'm just in the waiting room, right? I was dancing on like the waiting room table. I was on the chairs. I was entertaining the waiting room at the hospital. And that's when she decided to put me in dance. So that may be the day that I figured out that I have a passion for dancing. But I was also 4, so I didn't discover anything. I just ran around a room and entertained people. So the day I decided I wanted to be a dancer, that's a better question, I think. The day I decided or discovered that dance was the thing that I wanted to do with my life, I was at a dance convention. I was 25 years old and it just clicked. I don't know what happened that day, but it just clicked and I said, this is what I'm doing with my life. And here I am.
Cool. All right, number 2.
That was 15 years ago.
Number 2. What is your signature dance style?
Tap.
So since we all know that, let's go with what is your signature dance step?
Step? My signature step?
Yeah.
Probably a pullback at this point.
Okay.
For sure. Jump, pull, back step, scuff, heel, stamp. But, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Let's see. From what you remember...
You're not saying the number.
Oh, sorry.
That was number 2.
Yeah, that was number 2. Number 3. From what you remember, how did your first experience performing on stage go?
It went something like shuffle, step, shake your booty, shuffle, step, shuffle, step. That's literally what the dance was. My mom showed me the video of my first recital, and here's me in this really ostentatious tutu. It was pink, and it was silver in the middle, and it was shuffle, step, turn to the side, and shake, turn to the side, and shake. If I can find this video the next time I go home, I can't attach it to this video because this is literally coming out tomorrow. That's how tired and behind I am. But if I can find this video, I will post it as a short. I will. I will post a clip of it as a short so y'all can see. Yeah.
I've seen the video. It's great. Her mom was like, want to see something? I was like, sure.
I wasn't even embarrassed by it. I was just like, yeah, that's me.
She was like, look, it's little Jen.
I was the one in that dance that knew the choreography. I was just like, I know this dance, and it's shuffle, step, shake your booty.
And she was on beat.
I was.
So, good on you.
So silly.
Let's see. Number 4. How do you handle anxiety before performances? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
As a dancer, I actually don't usually get nervous anymore. I'm just kind of like just excited to get out on that stage. But every once in a while, the nerves hit. Like at the Utah Tap Festival right before I went out, I was really nervous. I had a lot of anxiety. But I kind of just told myself, like, why are you anxious? You do this all the time. It's the same kind of audience that you always have. And it wasn't. I usually don't perform for like really fantastic tap dancers. So that's why I was nervous. But I just kind of like gave myself a stern talking to about, what are you doing? This is what you always do. Just go out there and have fun. I just kind of remind myself that it's fun and nothing to stress over. And I got really nervous at the Tampa Bay Tap Festival too. I think because it was 2 pieces of works that I was just really proud of creating. It wasn't even about performing them. It was about showcasing something I created and being really proud of it and knowing that big tappers were going to be seeing it and really just kind of nervous about what they were going to think. And again, I told myself, just go out there and dance it the way you always do, because it's fun, because it's something that you love. And so that's kind of how I handle the anxiety, is I give myself a stern pep talk and remind myself that it's just supposed to be fun. And the more fun I have, the better I do. The more nervous I am, the worse I do. I have to tell myself that when I sing as well, and it doesn't work as well. I still get nervous when I sing. So yeah.
It's fair. I like it. Let's see. Number 5. Yep. What music do you like to dance to?
Everything. If you can't already tell from this channel, everything. I love tap dancing to the classic jazz, obviously. Musical theater songs, obviously. But also like pop, punk rock, country, dubstep. Oh yeah. Rap, everything. Absolutely everything. Now, there is one genre of music or 2 genres of music I prefer to just listen to for fun, and I try not to get inspired by it, just because if I get inspired by everything and start choreographing everything, I will have no music to just chill out and mellow out to. So when it comes to most country songs and most pop punk songs, I try not to get inspired by those, because those are I just want to put on some headphones and mellow out and jam out. Those are my relaxing genres, but every once in a while a country song comes out, as you guys know. What did I do? Last Night by Morgan Wallen. I was like, oh, I got to do this one, you know? But like, I don't know that I'll ever do a Parmalee song or a Jordan Davis song. I just want to listen to those for fun. And then same thing with pop punk. I don't think I'm ever going to do a Mayday Parade song or a Good Charlotte song, because I just want to mellow.
Okay.
I don't know how you mellow to Good Charlotte, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's your...
Yeah, but the answer to that question is everything.
That would be like your inside. Like people are like, oh, use your inside voice. No, that's your inside music. That's the music that it's
I want to
for
dance
you.
to everything.
Okay. Number 6. What do you think is the biggest challenge in the dance industry today?
That's hard. In the dance industry today specifically, I think the biggest challenge is lasting more than 15 minutes. You know the 15 minutes of fame thing? I think it's one way that people tell you, oh, the way to get noticed is to win a contest, go on So You Think You Can Dance, or audition to be like one of the dancers at one of the competitions or whatever. You know what I mean? And the biggest challenge is getting a contract that lasts more than the 15 minutes of fame, whether that's a year or 6 months or a couple years. Longevity of a career, in my opinion, is the biggest challenge, because for a lot of the dancers I see, they go on So You Think You Can Dance, and you know their names for a few years, and then after that you kind of forget, you know, and then they can teach, but they don't really get contracts to dance anymore. And also just like dance itself is really tough to keep the career for a long time, because you get older. Your body can't do what it used to do as well. Some of us fight that for a long time, and I will continue to fight this. In a few days, I'll be doing the kind of dancing and the intensity of dancing that I did when I was 27. I'm 40, and I'll still be doing the same stuff. In fact, I think I dance better today than I did at 26, 27. But
that's cool.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest challenge is longevity of lasting more than the 15 minutes and also just lasting physically. That's just my opinion.
I like it.
I'd like to hear y'all's opinions on that. What question was that? 7? 6. That was 6. Write your answer to number 6 in the comments. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say. Go ahead.
All right. Number 7. What do you enjoy doing other than dancing?
Everything else I do, honestly. Singing, writing music, editing music. I love editing music. It's so much fun. I have a bunch of people emailing me now. Can you edit my music? And I'll be like, yeah. But like, oh, I love it. Working out. I love working out. Yoga. Does that still count as dance?
It would be lyrical?
Yeah, I don't know.
Contemporary?
Writing. I really enjoy writing. And reading. Fan fiction specifically. Don't at me. Is that it? Do I enjoy anything else?
I think yoga would be modern.
It'd be more like modern, yeah. Do I enjoy anything else?
Just living your
life. I enjoy
like,
hanging out with you.
Hey.
I enjoy hanging out with this guy.
Points to me.
I like this one.
Points to me. All right. Number 8. How many hours a day do you spend on dancing?
That depends. Does posting to social media about my dancing count as spending it on dancing? Let's say no.
Okay.
Oh man, that's hard. I would say at minimum at least 3 hours a day.
Okay.
At minimum. Some days it's between 8 and 10 hours. But minimum it's 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
Because I count like teaching, rehearsals, choreography, filming. Like on days that I don't teach, I film. So like there's my 3 hours. So yeah, it's at least 3 hours a day, but I love it.
Number 9. What do you like to eat after a long day of practice?
Cake. No, just well, yeah, but oh, that's hard. What do I like to eat after a long day of practice? Like when usually the problem with this question is that usually if I've had a long day of teaching and rehearsals, I'm getting home at midnight and we usually just kind of throw something in the microwave and go to bed. So, but if I get done early enough to like go get food, I'm just going to say my favorite food. Ramen. Not like cup noodles ramen, like the good stuff. Ramen.
Big old bowl.
Big old bowl of ramen and some boba tea. That's what I would love to slam on after a long day of rehearsals. But since we usually get home at midnight and out of the shower by like 12:30, I'll go with a Pop-Tart or a bagel or a bowl of cereal.
Or chicky nuggies.
Chicky nuggies or fakey nuggies.
Yeah.
Because we're vegan. So fakey nuggies.
All right. Number 10. Were there any moments when you wanted to give up, and can you describe the experience?
Oh, that's such a heavy question. Oh my goodness, how dare you ask me that?
Told you we're getting real.
We are. All right, this video is getting a little long. What if we do this in 2 parts?
Okay.
We good with that?
I
Because
think
this
so.
answer is going to take a little bit.
Because we're
about halfway through.
Yeah.
All right, so this will be the last question for this video, but make sure you stay tuned for the next video, for the next vlog that comes out. But, okay. This is kind of a big question. Were there moments when I wanted to give up, and can I describe the experience? I'm going to say yes. There's always moments when you want to give up. There's so many, but you don't, you know, like, but there are so many moments. I remember I was on a dance team, and I realized that nobody really liked me on the dance team, and I was kind of just like, I don't know, like, I had a solo, but nobody came to watch it, and I wasn't really, like, invited to hang out with anybody, and just the social aspect of it made me want to quit and just never dance again, because I just felt like, I felt very unaccepted, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I feel like we all go through that at some point, you know? But I didn't quit because I loved dance more than I loved being accepted by a certain group of people, you know? And then I definitely wanted to quit right before COVID. Isn't that crazy? Mm-hmm. Right before 2020, I was burnt out. I was so burnt out. My company had just done 51 shows in the span of a year. Mm-hmm. I was teaching everywhere, every day. I was teaching at 3 studios and a college. I had a day job. I was burnt out, and I really did think about quitting almost everything. I thought about quitting everything except noise complaint and rhythm theory. I thought about quitting all of my studios. I thought about quitting everything. I mean, noise complaint and rhythm theory I'm in charge of, and I even if I wanted to quit, I couldn't, because I would be disappointing the 10 to 15 people that were a part of both groups, so I just couldn't. But my goodness, I was so burnt out. I was dancing from 9 in the morning until 9 at night, like 5 days a week. It was a lot. And I remember talking to you about it. I remember saying, like, I think I'm done. You know, maybe 30, how old was I? 36 was my limit in 2019. Maybe 36 was my limit, you know? And then COVID happened, and the universe gave me a break. And I went, oh, okay, I guess I don't have to dance right now. And I'm going to be really, really honest, and I hope nobody gets mad at me, but it was such a relief. It was such a relief to have the world shut down and me not have to dread going to the studio or dread going to rehearsal because I was burnt out. But in that pause, I found YouTube. And this is how this all actually happened. The studio I was most burnt out from required me to film my classes as tutorials and post it to their YouTube channel. They required all of the teachers to do that, but I was the only teacher actively doing that. And I kind of got fed up with the other teacher because she either wasn't filming and posting, or she would film very badly, send me the video in a way that I couldn't download, so I had to like screen grab it and everything, and then I had to edit it and post it for her. And everyone was like, oh, I love this person's classes, and like kind of ignoring mine. I kind of got mad and just said, fine, I'm just gonna take these tutorials and post them on my channel then. And y'all liked it. And that's how this channel started, was me feeling burnt out and done and just saying, fine, well, I'm just going to do this for myself then. And I think it was the moment that I decided to stop dancing because I had to, and stop dancing because someone made me film something, and I just did it for myself. That was the moment that I fell in love with dance again. And the reason why this channel is so special to me is because you guys are a huge, huge part of why I am dancing today. I found my love for teaching dance through this channel again. That's why I wanted to end this video right here, because I'm just like, this is kind of heavy. I didn't fall out of love with dancing. I fell out of love with the rat race of the dance industry and the dance teaching industry. And being able to do it for myself, and to do it in a way that I kind of related to, because when I was younger, I didn't have a teacher. I didn't have a tap teacher for years because I moved away and went to college, and there was just no classes for me. So I reached out to a couple of teachers I'd studied with before, and I was a college student, guys. I didn't have any money. So I was just like, hey, do you have any resources I can have or point me in the right direction? And they sent me DVDs for free. It was Debbie D and Anthony Locascio. They sent me videos, DVDs, so I can train with them on my own time. They sent it to me for free because I guess I pulled on their heartstrings a little bit, and they're really genuine people. And suddenly with this channel, I was able to do that for y'all. I was able to take that one moment of kindness that was given to me and give it to you. And it made me find my love for dance again. So the question being, have you ever wanted to give up? Oh yeah. Yeah, a bunch of times. But something always brings me back to dance. And when it comes to that, probably the biggest moment of me saying, I'm done. I'm so tired. I'm done. I'm burnt out. I want to quit. You guys brought me back. And thank you a lot. So yeah, that got heavy. I'm sorry. This was supposed to be a light and easy video, but stay tuned for part 2. It'll get light and fun again, but really from the bottom of my heart and the bottom of my tap shoes, thank you all for supporting this channel and helping other people continue to get free tap class, because the more of you guys that subscribe, the more of you guys that support in all the different ways, the longer I get to keep doing this, and I would like to do this forever. So I've said it in a couple of my videos recently, but the more people that subscribe to this channel, the more it solidifies me getting to do this forever. So if I hit that next milestone, which is incredibly far away, the 100,000, if I can hit 100,000 subscribers, I guarantee I'll be able to do this forever. Because once you hit that tier, YouTube just gives you all these resources and all these opportunities, and if I can get that, then I know that this will be a sustainable thing, and I want to be able to give back to you guys forever. So, because I owe you for giving me the love of tap back. So anyway, if you're not already subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button and join the Tap fam, and I promise I won't cry. We have vlogs like this, tutorials of all kinds, and it's all free tap class. It's all for you. And all I ask is that you subscribe. And also, please hit that thumbs up, because that tells the algorithm people like tap dance. Even though this isn't a tap dance video, it's tap dance related. So hit the thumbs up for the algorithm's sake, or because you just liked this video. And yeah, stay tuned for part 2. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. And don't forget to answer these questions down below.
Yes. And I'll finish with my signature sign off. As always, thank you for dancing with me.